Hello everybody, welcome to another reading. Today we're taking a look at the case of Elizabeth Barraza, who in 2019 was just setting up a garage sale when somebody walked up and had a brief conversation with them and then shot them right on the spot. And nobody knows why, because from all accounts, Elizabeth spent a lot of time doing charity work, was really well known for being very helpful and caring and empathetic. And as far as anybody knows, she didn't really have enemies, so this is a very strange case. It was just coming up to 7 o'clock in the morning, I believe on a Saturday, and they were just busy setting their stuff up. You see a car basically pull up, and this person in a white coat, looks like. It might be a woman, it might be a man, don't really know, because you can't really hear their voice. And of course the camera that was recording this was somebody's home security camera on the other side of the street, so they didn't really get too much detail, so we don't really even know who it was or what they looked like. You see them, I guess, talking to each other, and then she just gets shot 3 times, and as she falls to the ground, they shoot her once more in the head, and then the person is seen running away, and a few seconds later you see a black SUV type car, which they later identified as a Nissan type truck, drive past, and they actually come back around a few minutes later as well, as though they wanted to check to make sure that she was still laying on the ground and she hadn't gotten back up, and they might have to go back again or something along those lines. So it's very mysterious, and that's why I wanted to do a reading on her today. We're going to start off with the Crow Tarot deck, which is this one right there. And if you have any more questions, which you always do, I'm going to move on to the Wise Dog Tarot deck, which is from the same creator, by the way. So if you want to get that, this person has a lot of really nice decks, and that would be MJ Cullinane. I hope I pronounced that correctly. They have a lot of good decks, so if you wanted to check out a deck for yourself, maybe check that out. As per usual, I'm an intuitive reader, so I'm just going to start shuffling the deck, and whatever cards fall out, I'll show you those, and I'll tell you what that tells me. And if you have another idea of what certain set of cards might mean, or you see something else, make sure to put that in the comment section down below, so we can get some more information from different angles. That'd be good as well. So I'm just going to start shuffling, and once I have a good amount of cards here, we're going to take a look what we've got. So let's go. Okay, so let's take a look what we've got here. We start off with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and that might be somebody's idea of some type of initiative that they wanted to take, not really taking roots. So I'm thinking, particularly because I'm now looking at the plants that are down here. You can see there's a whole bunch of flowers and things growing down at the bottom, and I feel like this was an idea that somebody had that got frustrated and didn't quite work out the way that they wanted them to. And then there was the Hierophant in reverse. So just these first 2 cards, followed by the 5 of Cups over here, and the Lovers down here. Almost makes it seem like this is somebody from the past, by which I mean somebody who wanted to do something in the past, and she kind of got in the way, but they were unable to let that go. That's what I'm kind of getting, because you have here the 5 of Cups. And I'm talking about 2 different she's here. The one she is, this is somebody else. This is the third person that ultimately is behind the whole thing. And this is their initiative that they once wanted to take, this new beginning that they wanted to start off with, and that did not happen. And since we see here the Hierophant in reverse next to the 5 of Cups, if I can grab it off the table, there we go. I say this is somebody who wanted to start a relationship with someone. That's why the Hierophant is involved, but that never ended up happening. And then we had the 5 of Cups, and that's like a walking away, crying over spilled milk type thing. So this is somebody who definitely did not let that go. Maybe they never even confessed that they wanted to start something with this person, and this could be somebody either wanting to start something with Elizabeth or her husband when they were still just dating, something along those lines. Like on either side, it looks like there's somebody who's frustrated with the fact that they never got their shot with either Elizabeth or the husband, whose name I sadly do not remember right now. I'll put it on the screen. So there's something there, and we see that burden being carried for quite some time, because it's in reverse, the 10 of Wands. Normally it's just 10 of Wands, like, okay, you can carry stuff for a long time and it's about time to drop it off. But reversed, I see this as an internal thing, and they have carried this burden the entire time. And we also see the Lovers. So it's like they still hold that flame, or held that flame, and I'm getting this impression that they just could not let go at all because of this, but also kind of like in a sense of if I can't have them, then neither shall you, type of thing. We see here the Four of Pentacles. That's like resources, carefully planned out, and making sure to keep things well balanced, almost like working out a plan. We also have here the Knight of Swords in reverse. That's like, I would say, a lot of negative talk, like negative thinking, maybe to focus, mentally focusing on things, and it's kind of like this charging ahead type of energy. So maybe because they spent so much time and effort not letting this issue go, they decided ultimately their mind was doing overtime, focusing on this situation and focusing on her, because now we have, instead of an Ace of Pentacles, we have an Ace of Swords here next to the Death card, which doesn't necessarily have to mean like, oh, this is the point where they decided that they were going to kill somebody, but more like end of an era. We're starting off with a new beginning. This is where the idea probably came up to take the steps that they did. Didn't go immediately from day one to day two to just go into action. They did spend some time thinking about it, because we have here the Two of Swords. So they made their plans, and then they were like, okay, this is basically the new start, new beginning to a new era, because now we have a different situation on our hands. But they weren't quite sure if they wanted to go through with it just yet. And I see here the reverse 10 of Pentacles next to the 8 of Swords, but also the 4 of Wands. There they are. So it definitely cost them a lot. They felt like it cost them a lot, and they are still trapped in their mind about it. And I saw a clip of somebody from the police from recently, I believe, saying, okay, I hope that they have a heavy heart and that makes them come forward. And I think that they definitely have this heavy heart, whoever this is, and they've definitely felt like they lost a lot. Maybe afterwards they just decided that perhaps this was the wrong move after all, that maybe they had other options that they could have had. I think this whole maybe if this and if only that is represented by the 8 of Swords right in the middle there. And then we have the 4 of Wands, and this I feel is more wishful thinking than actual reality. Like, they could have had such a great future if only, that type of thing. Like, maybe there were other options, and if I had done that, I wouldn't have suffered this loss, and we could have been over here with the 4 of Wands. Things could have been peaceful, things could have been harmonious, it could have been so much better. So I feel like whoever this is will undoubtedly have regrets. And I don't feel that this is the person who we see in the image. I'm pretty sure that person was just involved from the outside. That's kind of what it feels like, because I don't think that they themselves showed up there that day to carry out the act themselves. So that's already quite interesting. Looks like we have somebody from the past unable to let something go, and it's in the romantic sphere. Let's see, let's grab our Wise Dog Tarot. What shall we look at next? Let's try to get some info on the person themselves, because now we have the situation, and I always tend to get the full situation first and then I go into the more details things. That's just how my readings appear to work. And I think now we should take a look at who this person is, who was unable to let go of these feelings to such an extent that they decided to take action. What do we have? We've got the Star. All right, so this is somebody who I do believe is known. At least they are in the public eye. Not necessarily somebody famous or anything like that, but it's more like I think people who know Elizabeth and her husband may also know this person. And they may have been actually quite close. Which is an odd thing because I believe, at least from what I heard, that they were actually really well liked, Elizabeth. So if she has close friends, you would think that that would be unlikely suspect. We have here the Six of Swords. This is still the unable to let go energy, because Six of Swords is usually about letting yourself be carried other places, moving on, that type of stuff. But in this case, you're unwilling to do so. So they're stuck. And we have the Three of Pentacles, which is more of a work-related card. So perhaps they had some business together as well. Maybe they went to certain events together, and they may have had other types of working relationships. And that may have been the connection, at least initially. Oops. Okay, so the Page of Swords flew out. And Page of Swords is very head over heels, somebody who tends to speak their mind before they've really thought about it. And I do believe that with this reversed Page of Swords, in the way that it came flying out the deck, this is somebody who occasionally will say things and not really mean them, because they tend to lash out whenever some situation arises that they may momentarily not know how to deal with properly. They just go blah, and then it's like, oh wait, maybe I shouldn't have said that. And so I think this is somebody who has that type of trait. Maybe they've also had words in the past, may have argued with them, or maybe they felt like they argued with them, because it could be, because it's reversed, that it could be just an internal argument that they were having with Elizabeth or her husband, even though the person themselves didn't even know that they were fighting. You know, like sometimes somebody has this image of you and they just can't let that go. It influences how they see you, and everything that you do around them translates into, see, yeah, they're doing that because of XYZ, and that's why they're such a terrible person, even though you're not even really doing anything wrong. That's just their perception. That's kind of a possibility with this person as well. Like maybe that also is the reason why they tend to lash out. Oops, that's a lot of cards. Because they have certain perceptions. I don't think all these cards are necessary, so I'm going to quickly restore balance here and then see which one of these we actually need. So somebody who probably may actually be in a world of their own. I'm just getting that right now. Any one of these? Those guys? Oh, that's a lot, guys. Okay, well, fine. Right, we've got these two. Let's go first with these guys. We have here the Six of Pentacles, so, and it's in reverse. So it's kind of like they feel like they were hard done by, I feel. And once again, the heart is on the scale here. There's two different types of hearts, and I really feel like, just like I was saying before with the Page of Swords there, that they feel really negatively affected, like disproportionately attacked or disadvantaged, that type of thing. And we have here the Seven of Pentacles, and it's kind of like feeling like they were denied certain opportunities. Seven of Pentacles is usually like wishes, things that you want, things that you're trying to aim for, and it's like they feel like that was taken from them. So this is definitely somebody who was out for revenge. Then we've got the Empress in reverse, so this person probably has a bit of a rough, maybe rough upbringing, or just a rough time in general. People may not treat them the way that they want to be treated, and this is definitely a pattern with them. This is also a bit of a Star card here. Now that I'm looking at all this and looking back at the Star card, I feel like they feel that they are the Star, and that is why they're super upset that they're not being treated the way that they want to be treated. We also have here the Three of Cups reversed, so this is friendships lost, wanting to connect with people but being unable to do so, and this is just another a sign that they are, yeah, just feeling disadvantaged by people. Like they're feeling left out. They feel like people don't care enough for them, don't care for them the way that they want to be cared for. They don't want to be friends with them, or they have troubles with friendships. Friendships may occasionally come and go very quickly because of something. And the Knight of Swords is back. We had that one earlier as well, right over here. So again, they're still stuck in that negative self-talk, negative talk in general, internally, perhaps also externally. Like this might be somebody who says things occasionally that make people go, where did they get that from? I think that's, again, an indication of somebody that might be very mentally unstable. And this is a Four of Swords in reverse, and that means they're either unable to move or unable to rest. It's kind of like Four of Swords is normally like you need to take a break, it's been too much, you just need to chill, relax, let things happen. But it's kind of like unable to let something go, unable to rest. This is what I'm getting over here. So they just will not let go, and they will not take a break. So will they eventually either confess or be caught? Let's see if we can get any cards about that. Oops. This is the Tower. Okay, Tower moment is usually when things just suddenly change from one day to the next. I do feel like this is a getting caught type of card. It could be that they suddenly have a mental or emotional breakthrough, but it might point towards somebody else causing that breakthrough for them, because usually the Tower is like an external force coming in, like the lightning over there striking the Tower. Towers tend to be these really noble, stable structures that kind of defy gravity almost. Well, of course, if you're an engineer, you know that they don't, but you know, like they can seem super stable, super majestic, and nobody can bring them down except when there's a huge force from the outside saying it's time for you to go. So I feel like this might be somebody else catching on to what they've been doing and exposing them. Let's see what else we can get. We're not getting anything else. Okay, that's it then for that person. Looks like they are going to get caught. Would we like to ask any other questions? I think we got a pretty complete story here, actually. Maybe if they are still in contact, like, let's see if we can get anything about their current connection to the husband. If they're still talking to each other, maybe we can get a card or two about that. There they are. This is the Two of Wands in reverse. And we have the Seven of Cups. Okay, so I feel like this means that they are not currently in contact, but they kind of want to be, because the Seven of Cups is back, but this time it's upright. And they are like thinking maybe of ways in which they could come back into contact, and that's why we have this Two of Wands here. Like, maybe I could do this, maybe I could do that. No, I don't think I really want to do that right now. You do see these two birds sitting there on the same branch. I feel that's what they want. That's probably one of the things that they're dreaming about, and they have a lot of emotions in that regard, but they're not currently taking any steps. So I feel like they've taken a step back if they were in contact before at all, and they probably want to talk to the husband or any of the family, friends, but they're currently not doing that. So that is what I see currently. Hope you found that interesting. Make sure to leave a comment. Make sure to leave a like. That really helps the channel. If you have any things you'd like me to do a reading on next, make sure to let me know that as well in the comment section below. In any case, thanks for watching. I'll see you in another video, and bye-bye for now.